the morning.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a late Tuesday night. The coffee is still brewing, and we just had to jump on here to talk about the absolute madness that just went down in Genoa City. We are wide awake and completely buzzing from that episode, so grab a snack and let's get right into it. I literally cannot believe they finally did that. I am sitting here screaming at my screen because it is about damn time. I mean, I have been watching this show since 2015, and this is hands down the best thing they've done with this character in years. I'm talking about Carl Abbott, people. He is finally taking off the kid gloves and going straight for the jugular. And honestly, I am so here for it. I am not even trying to be neutral right now. I am an Abbott fan through and through, and watching Victor Newman constantly get away with literal crimes has been driving me insane for years. But tonight changed everything. Kyle is finally stepping up, and he is not going to let the mustache get away with it this time. So let's talk about that intense, incredible scene at Society. Kyle and Billy Abbott, sitting there, plotting the ultimate revenge. I was practically jumping off my couch. The sheer tension radiating off of Kyle was palpable. He looked like a man who has absolutely nothing left to lose. And you know what? He doesn't. His mother, Diane Jenkins Abbott, is lying in a hospital bed in a digitalis-induced coma, hovering between life and death. His father, Jack Abbott, is completely broken, paralyzed by fear and unable to even function at Jabot. And who is to blame for all of this misery? Victor Newman. Kyle knows it. Billy knows it. And we all know it. Victor is the puppet master who pulled the strings, and Kyle is finally ready to cut those strings and strangle Victor with them. I am sorry, but it is about time someone in that family grew a backbone and decided to fight fire with fire. Because let's be real for a second, Victor Newman is a massive target that somehow everyone always misses. Billy said it himself. Billy is sitting there at Society, complaining about how Victor always slithers out of facing the consequences of his actions. And he is right. Victor literally funded Patty Williams. He brought a severely mentally unstable woman back to Genoa City, set her up, and used her to terrorize the Abbotts. He paid her to drug Jack, kidnap him, and hold him hostage on that yacht. He set the stage for Diane to be poisoned and locked away by that creepy Dr. Markham. Victor orchestrated this entire nightmare just to crush Jack and win some petty corporate feud over Newman Enterprises and Chancellor. It is sick. It is genuinely twisted, even for Victor. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at Kyle for a second. Remember when they tried to make Kyle this corporate golden boy who just wanted to play by the rules? Yeah, didn't work then either. Kyle has always had that fiery Abbott passion, but it's usually misdirected. Not anymore. This is a son who has watched his parents go through absolute hell. He just got his mother back after mourning her for a decade because yes, Diane faked her death in 2011. We all know the history. It was a mess, but they finally reunited. Jack and Diane were finally happy, and Victor couldn't stand it. Victor had to ruin it. So watching Kyle sit across from Billy, his eyes dark and full of absolute vengeance, telling his uncle that Victor is going to pay for the suffering he caused. Chills. I had literal chills. Kyle is proposing a full-blown revenge strategy, and he is not backing down. And Billy. Can we talk about Billy's reaction? Billy is the absolute perfect person for Kyle to be having this serious discussion with. Billy hates Victor with a burning passion that rivals the heat of 1,000 suns. Victor has ruined Billy's life more times than I can count. So when Kyle leans in and says that Victor is the one who summoned Patty, that Victor is the one who ensured she'd obsess over Jack again, Billy's ears immediately perk up. You could see the wheels turning in Billy's head. He was instantly intrigued. Billy is a gambler, both literally and figuratively. He loves high stakes, and taking down the great Victor Newman. That is the highest stakes game in Genoa City. Billy asking Kyle about his specific plans was the exact moment I knew we were in for an epic Abbott versus Newman war. But here's the thing that really gets me worked up. Patty already confessed. Kyle went to that jail, manipulated Patty by gloating about Diane surviving, and got her to spill the beans. Patty told the cops that Dr. Lawrence Markham was the mastermind behind Diane's kidnapping, but Kyle is too smart to stop there. He knows Markham is just a pawn. Markham doesn't have the resources or the vendetta to pull off something this massive. Victor does. Victor is the ultimate puppet master. Ashley even found the financial ties linking Victor to Markham and Patty, so Kyle knows the truth. He knows that Victor is the one who unleashed this chaos, and he is not going to let Victor hide behind Markham or Patty's insanity. Kyle wants Victor to compensate for every single tear Jack and Diane have shed, and he should. Okay, back to the point. The corporate angle here is huge, and I think that's why Kyle is pushing so hard right now. Jabot is bleeding. Jack is completely devastated, sitting by Diane's bedside, terrified of losing her again. He can't run a cosmetics empire right now. Ashley and Kyle are trying to hold down the fort, but Victor is likely circling like a shark, waiting to devour Jabot while the Abbots are distracted by this medical crisis. Kyle sees this. He knows that if they don't strike back, Victor will completely destroy their legacy. It's not just about revenge for his parents' physical and emotional suffering. It's about survival. Kyle has to go on the offensive because playing defense against Victor Newman is a guaranteed way to lose everything. I mean, I know Kyle shouldn't stoop to Victor's level. It's wrong. But actually, no, it's completely right. You have to fight dirty when you are fighting the devil. I mean, think about the history here. Remember when Jack tried to take down Victor with the Marco Onicelli storyline, or the forged diary, or the countless corporate espionage plots? It always blows up in the Abbots' faces because they either hesitate or they let their morals get in the way. But Kyle is operating purely on raw and filtered anger. He is looking at his mother hooked up to machines because of a digitalis poisoning that Victor indirectly caused. There is no room for morals anymore. Kyle is ready to play dirty, and I think that's the only way you can ever beat Victor. You have to be willing to get down in the mud, and teaming up with Billy. That is a recipe for some spectacularly dirty tactics. I know some of you in the comments are going to defend Victor. You're going to say, but Victor was just protecting Newman Enterprises, or Jack deserved it for targeting Victor first. No, I am sorry, but absolutely not. There is corporate warfare, and then there is hiring a psychotic woman to kidnap your rival, drug him, and set off a chain of events that leaves his wife in a coma. Victor crossed a massive line. He didn't just go after Jabot, he went after their lives. He played God with Jack and Diane's existence. Am I the only one who thinks Victor has become a complete monster lately? He is alienating Nikki. He is treating his kids like pawns, and he is trying to murder his rivals by proxy. He deserves everything Kyle is about to dish out. And can we just talk about Jack and Diane for a second? My heart is literally breaking for Jack. Peter Bergman is delivering Emmy-worthy performances every single day. Jack finally got Diane to forgive him. They had that beautiful, tear-filled reunion. Diane looked into his eyes and said she forgave him for the yacht incident because she knew he was drugged and manipulated. They kissed. They were finally going to be happy. And then bam. Diane collapses. She starts convulsing. The digitalis had a delayed reaction, and now she is in a coma, facing permanent brain damage or sudden heart failure. Jack is sitting by that bed, holding her lifeless hand, completely traumatized. He is flashing back to 2011 when he thought she was murdered in the park. The PTSD this man is suffering right now is unimaginable, and Kyle has to watch his father crumble into a million pieces. No wonder Kyle wants to burn Victor's world to the ground. And let's just take a moment to appreciate the emotional toll this is taking on Kyle. Michael Mealer is acting his heart out right now. You can see the exhaustion, the fear, and the rage all battling inside him. Kyle has spent his whole life trying to balance being an abbot and trying to be a good man, but seeing Diane like that, it broke something inside him. He is done playing the good guy. He is ready to be the ruthless abbot that Jack used to be back in his prime. And honestly, it is so refreshing. We need a strong, aggressive Kyle. We need someone who isn't afraid to look Victor in the eye and say, "You messed with the wrong family." But let's talk about the risks, because whenever Billy Abbott is involved, things can go spectacularly wrong. Billy is a wild card. He is impulsive. Right now, Billy is dealing with his own mess. Sally is pregnant. He's got drama with Victoria, the whole Newman media scandal. Billy has a lot on his plate, but the chance to take down Victor, Billy will drop everything for that. The danger here is that Billy might take Kyle's plan and push it too far. Billy doesn't know when to stop. If they aren't careful, they could end up giving Victor the exact ammunition he needs to destroy them both. It is a massive gamble. But like I said, Billy loves to gamble, and Kyle is providing the perfect casino. I keep thinking about Patty sitting in that jail cell. She is so furious that Diane survived. She wanted Jack all to herself, but Kyle played her perfectly. He shattered her delusions. He made her realize she lost. And now, she is a loaded gun pointing straight at Victor Newman. If Kyle and Billy can figure out how to pull the trigger without getting caught in the blast, this could be the storyline of the decade. Imagine Victor being dragged out of the Newman Ranch in handcuffs because of Patty Williams. The poetic justice of it all is almost too much to handle. Victor used Patty to destroy Jack, and now Kyle is going to use Patty to destroy Victor. It is brilliant writing, and I am so invested. So what exactly is this strategy they are plotting at Society? Kyle didn't spell out every single detail yet, but you can feel the magnitude of it. Is he going to use Patty's testimony to freeze Victor's assets? We know Kyle was trying to convince Patty to turn on Victor to get a lighter sentence. If Patty testifies that Victor funded her, that Victor paid her to drug Jack and ruin his marriage, Victor could actually face prison time, real prison time. Not the country club prison he usually gets. But knowing Victor, he probably covered his tracks. He probably used shell companies. That's why Kyle needs Billy. Billy knows how to dig up dirt. Billy has connections. Billy is reckless enough to break the law to find the proof they need. Together, Kyle and Billy could actually pull this off. I just hope the writers don't back down. Don't give Victor a magical escape hatch this time. Let the Jabots have a win. Let Kyle be the hero who avenges his parents and saves Jabot. Jack is too weak right now. Diane is fighting for her life. And Ashley is busy keeping the company afloat. It all comes down to Kyle and Billy. This meeting at Society is the spark that is going to ignite Genoa City. The mustache has had it too good for too long. He thinks he is untouchable. He thinks he can play with people's lives and just walk away. Well, Kyle Jabot is about to show him that actions have consequences. And I, for one, will be sitting here with my popcorn, cheering Kyle on every single step of the way. What do you guys think? Are Kyle and Billy going to succeed, or is Victor going to crush them like bugs? Let me know.